brother Manifest, working at ME Music Works. Uncut exclusive. Stay tuned, baby. Super producer repping that Rock City, North Carolina. I work with some of your favorite stars, whether they mainstream or whether they underground. Check the resume. I've been doing this since 1993. Started out when I was like 13 years old. That's when I wrote my first rap. I got started with High Post and Low Key, rest in peace. From there on, just kept it moving. Used to work in the studio, East Sound Studio with Raffner Johnson. He birthed a lot of us. A lot of people, remember me from Slang U. I was doing it before then, but Slang U, I played a major role in Slang U. Shout out to the whole family, Sly God alive, peace, you already know. Man, we used to have crazy sessions back then, you know what I'm saying? Those were times when we got started, we were using SU-700 and a 4-track machine. And you would have like 7 or 8 people on one song, and with only 4 tracks. Crystal clear sound quality, smashing everybody, you know what I'm saying? I remember, we was the first ones that had we had a DVD burner. Like when they came out, we first had a DVD burner. So we was like, I say we was the first camp that really put DVDs out on the street when everybody had, cassette tapes still. I've evolved from then, everybody, still doing their thing. Since then I've been, been a producer myself, just running my own company. I came up with, we got started with ME Music Works around 2000, 2001, The name of the studio was actually Main Event, but there were so many companies out there named Main Event. I just figured out I'd switch it. So the M stands for Main, the E stands for Event. So I just changed it to ME Music Works. We started out. I tried business partners in the beginning. Things didn't really work out. Kept it moving. That's when a lot of people remember me from Station Square. We moved to ME Music Works there. We had setbacks there. So here I am now, Walnut Shopping Center. And shit. The studio is more so kind of like the modern day Boys and Girls Club because it keep a lot of young kids off the street, keep a lot of young girls off the street, keeping them from prostituting, a lot of young guys from gang banging, keeping everybody kind of level-headed. So ME Music Works plays a major role in the Rocky Mount community, and any community really, if you do. And I've been Manifest since day one. When I was younger, we just did the music. I still do it for the love, but it was all about the love then. It wasn't really no revenue circulating, for us to make money. We were just young. We were just trying to, see who can come up with the hottest song. And, over the years, I figured out, hey, shit, I can make a career out of this shit. Sell studio time, sell beats. But you have things that happen. I done got jerked out of a couple situations, but experience the best teacher. From then to now, my business is much tighter. Some people might be like, yo, man, you're an asshole. Nah, man, just be on top of your shit. You understand what I'm saying? And, if you get done dirty, you'll be on top of yours too. So from back in the day to now, I think I'm more business oriented. 10, 11 years, ME Music Works never had to close down. Had setbacks, had somebody come break in, steal everything, we bounced back. You know what I'm saying? A lot of companies out here, in Rocky Mount, during this time right now, a lot of people ain't lasting. But your boy staying strong. I remember this one time, I was speaking to Block, my homeboy Block from Block Entertainment. Me and Dirty, we was working on Dirty Den, single popping, and we got a phone call from Block Entertainment. And he was like, yo, Gorilla Zoe, I'm gonna work with Dirty Den. And the only way we can get the song done, we had less than 24 hours to get, we had to stop, it was already about 1 o'clock in the morning. We stopped everything we was doing, jumped right on the road, went straight to the A, no clothes, no nothing, just packed up. Just went to the studio, just vibed out with Gorilla Zoe, you know what I'm saying? He fucked with your boy, Gorilla Zoe or Dirt. Them niggas did the whole song with no pen, no paper. Both of them niggas just straight freestyle, and that was the single Flash. It's kind of dealt with a lot of people in the industry, from Jim Jones, Lil Wayne, Max B, Remy Martin. You know, the list goes on. But out of all of them, probably one of my most memorable sessions out of those was I'd probably say Young Buck. You know what I'm saying? Because Young Buck kept it so funky with me. Like, it was a situation where I kind of paid him to do a verse, but you know, Young Buck kept it so funky. You know, it wasn't about the music. He gave my bread back, so I respect that. You feel what I'm saying? You know, me and Young Buck, you know, we got a relationship now. You know, a music relationship right now. So that's probably one of the most memorable sessions. You know, as far as a lot of y'all up and coming producers, man. You know. Stay on top of your paperwork. Like, a lot of people don't understand, you know, like your publishing. You know, you want to make sure that, you know, you're on top of your ASCAP, your BMI. That's like, shit. That's the most important thing. You know, like, a song is created, it's 100%. You know, once that song is published, it's divided. 50% goes to the producer, 50% goes to the artist, whether it's 1 or whether it's 10. You know, you just want to stay on top of that, because that's how you get paid. Your radio spins, you make soundtracks to the movies, video games. So, you know, over the years I learned too, you know, about publishing. Make sure you copyright your material, you know, because you got a lot of people, you know, got a lot of stuff planned, you know, a lot of things coming up in the near future. You know, everybody know I drop quarterly mixtapes, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. But right now I'm in the process of working on my album. And it's going to be more so an album, not me rapping, but where I produce. I see a lot of beat makers that call themselves producers. Like, to produce, you have to be that person that know how to arrange that song, how to create that hit. Because I mean, beat makers here, it's just a beat. But if the song gets produced and they're not saying the right shit on it, you will never have a hit. You just got a hot beat with a motherfucker rapping. You feel what I'm saying? But my job as a producer, I can take a whack beat and put the right whack motherfucker on it, and we got a hit. I'm producing a project where you have unsigned artists, not necessarily just from North Carolina. You have mainstream artists, and what I'm doing is I'm taking them and putting them into one project. So it ain't you may have the bottom of the bottom artists who's they first time in the studio, but they nice. They be on a song with Philadelphia Freeway or something. You understand what I'm saying? But you know, as long as you raw. So my thing is to bring the industry and run it, the real industry, and run this shit slam through North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? The official way. A lot of people, some people popped off from North Carolina, but they didn't really bring it back. I'm gonna pop off from North Carolina. You can produce without even making beats. You know, people like Quincy Jones, Barry Gordy's, you know, people like that. They didn't really make every beat, but they produced. And if it wasn't for them, a lot of them hits when they came out of Motown. And that's how I look at myself, you know. So, but no offense to anybody who just make beats. You know, you got to start somewhere, because I started off just as a beat maker. Right now, you know, I feel like my goal is to give, you know, North Carolina, you know, a more visible identity. Like, North Carolina is more so a retirement state. They always say, you know, North Carolina is you know, dick riders or they followers. You know, that's because, like I say, it's a retirement state. You know, a lot of people, families retire from up north to here. That's why you hear some people still talk like that from New York. You got a lot of people, families here who may retire from, you know, from down south. That's why you have some country people. So when they get in the studio, you hear it reflecting the music. So they be like, how you be from North Carolina, but he sound like he from Brooklyn? Or why this guy from North Carolina and he sound like he from A-Town, shawty? But you know, that's the real reason. So I feel like the main thing right now, my goal is to give North Carolina a more, what's the word? A better identity. You know what I'm saying? This, you know, also you got to remember North Carolina too is like the #1 state for buying records. So you know, that makes it a little harder as well, on top of not having an identity. So until we get that identity, that's when the money's gonna start coming here. Until we have more unity, that's when the money is.